My friends, I hope you're having an amazing day so far. Aren't you looking so good today? To celebrate our channel hitting 50,000 subscribers, and yes, it is our channel because it is mine and yours, and we would not be here without all of you guys. So I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a different video today and do a little bit of a vlog, day in the life kind of moment, and take you guys around with me on a very casual day. Hopefully this will give you guys a chance to get to know me a little bit more, and we will also be doing a little Q&A session, which I'm so excited for. That'll be much later on though, so you're gonna have to stick around. Before we continue, here is a brief message from our sponsor, Casetify. Their new impact and ultra impact cases and even their packaging are environmentally friendly, made with 65% recycled and plant-based material. I'm embarrassed to say that I dropped my phone a little too much, but my phone has never looked better. I never have to worry about damages, and for an ultra protective case, I never have to sacrifice style. They are so slim and even wireless charging compatible. Their Chi-Tech 2.0 technology offers a drop protection of up to 9.8 feet. Yes. There are endless design options, from curated prints to a completely personalized look with your chosen font style and color. And one of my favorite parts, especially during these times, is that their cases feature Defensify, an antimicrobial coating that kills 99% of bacteria, and best of all, prevents it from sticking to your phone case in the first place, which is so wild. So if you're still looking for gift ideas, or maybe looking for something to spend your Christmas money on, go to casetify.com/acasualgamer to see some of my design favorites and also get 15% off your entire order. A huge thank you to Casetify for continuing to support my channel. By the way, how are you guys doing? Let's do a little bit of a check-in here. Can't believe it's the end of 2021 already, and you're gonna have to excuse me because I don't actually know how to film a vlog, but 2021 has been insane, and I can't believe that we're already toward the end of the year, pretty much just a couple weeks away from New Year's. I've, been trying to stay busy, but at the same time, I think it was very important for me this year to make sure I'm taking care of myself as well and take care of my mental health. Let's see what else is going on here. Well, it's like full-blown winter in my city now. It's minus, actually it's not so bad today. It is currently snowing, but it's only like minus 10 degrees, but we're supposed to go in a deep freeze in a few days and also spend Christmas in like minus 40-degree weather, so I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I'm getting a new puppy tomorrow. I guess that's kind of big news. So my doggo, who has made many appearances on this channel before, is going to get a little brother, and I'm so excited. I think my doggo is going to be the best big brother. And of course, I'm going to be doing a lot of puppy vlogs and just puppy content. So if you want to see more of that, or just more vlogging content in general, be sure to check out my second channel, because I'm really excited to post a lot more videos on that channel. I have a few already filmed and a lot more planned out. So I'm really excited for the next year. Right, remember how I said we're going to be in a deep freeze? It's actually snowing pretty hard currently. You get to see a little bit of our backyard, and we have some of our Christmas lights back there. So, and speaking of content on the second channel, this is actually as a snowplow just drives past the trail behind us. But speaking of more content on the second channel, this is actually a new vlogging camera that I just got for the purposes of making more content on that channel. So here she is. Don't mind the dusty mirror. Oh my goodness, that's so embarrassing. But let's focus on the camera. Isn't she pretty? And don't mind the Amazon boxes as well. We're in the middle of wrapping gifts right now for Christmas. So those are all going away on garbage day in a couple of days. But this is the casual outfit. I'm getting ready to head outside. I'm in my puffer coat, of course, and my cute Animal Crossing X Uniqlo t-shirt. Of course, you gotta represent, am I right? Today's a pretty busy day, but pretty relaxed as well. There's nothing really that we have to do that's time sensitive, but there's a lot that we have to still pick up and prepare, because I'm filming this just days away from Christmas, and we have family coming over.
Hi, can I get a Sprite?
a caramel frappuccino, please.
Coffee based?
Yes, please.
You want anything? One frosted caramel frap.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great Christmas.
You too. Guys, let me know down below if you also drink cold drinks, even though it's like minus 30 outside. Because I feel like I always get asked. Making a quick stop at Toys R Us because one of my pre-orders from GameStop ended up being cancelled. So I'm hoping to find a replacement for my nephew. We'll see though, because it's days away from Christmas and I feel like all the popular toys will be gone, which is fantastic. Toys R Us was a bust. So we're gonna try Mastermind Toys, hopefully. Onion?
Cheddar.
And the banana peppers. A little bit of jalapeno as well, please. Okay. Subway for lunch today. I don't remember the last time I got Subway. I got the same one I used to get years ago. The chicken bacon ranch. Yeah. Last bite. Okay, we are back home. It wasn't super successful. All I got was an additional stocking stuffer for my nephew. We had some really good lunch. Thank you to my sister for buying some Subway. It's a little bit of a mess in the house because again we're getting ready for Christmas, so I'm gonna get cleaned up, grab my doggo, let him go out since he's been waiting for me to come home, and then clean up a little bit around the house, and then we'll get to doing some other fun stuff, hopefully. The only other thing that I did get to buy was some refreshments, some bevies for Christmas Eve dinner. The rest that I have to prepare, I decided that I will just pick up tomorrow on the way to getting my puppy because I wanted it to be fresh. I just need to grab some ingredients for a charcuterie board, so I will do that tomorrow, and then we have to do the spread for the 24th because that is when we do our Christmas Eve dinner. I mean, we're Filipino, so we gotta prepare lots of food, and we love to eat. Hi, Doc. Oh my goodness. I am freezing out here. Meanwhile, my dog is just enjoying the snow. It is about 2 p.m. now. There's my dog freaking out. He always steals the house slippers that we have laying around. He doesn't really wreck them. He just likes playing with them and running around with them. Can I show them your pig? Tough guy. Okay, so a few hours have passed. Just a little over 3 hours, but it is already pitch dark outside right now. So I'm actually right now just finishing up a few points that I want to talk about in an upcoming Cozy Games video that I'm really excited about because I think that you guys will find a few gems in this video, and that should be out in the next few days here, depending on when this vlog does come out. But while I think the season is very pretty, I really do like the snow. I think it's beautiful, and I don't mind cold temperatures, but what gets to me sometimes is the lack of sunlight and also the extreme minus temperatures. So we were told to prepare for one of the coldest winters that our city has had in years and years and years. So I don't even know if I would remember what that feels like. I'll probably just try to stay indoors for the most part as much as I can, especially after the puppy gets here tomorrow, because I'm sure it'll be hard for the puppy to adjust to the temperature as well since it's still a baby. I didn't realize how big this mug was when I bought it. This is like a full cup of coffee and it's just halfway inside the mug. And the teaspoon is also barely showing up above the rim, but it's so cute and festive. Cheers. So we are going to burn this soy candle for the first time, and it's actually my very first wood wick candle as well, and I got it from a local handmade shop here in my city, and this is in relaxing lavender. So can't wait to burn it, and I'm so excited because again, it's my first wood wick candle, but she demoed it in the store, and the wick makes crackling noises like, I an actual fireplace, and I think that is the funnest thing. But the crackling noises that you're hearing right now, obviously not from the candle. My dog is chewing on a bone near me, since he always has to be part of the video somehow. All right, we've got our candle going, we've got our coffee, cup of cheer, and some questions for you. Oh, and some people wonder what I like to drink. It really varies. I drink pretty much any coffee, probably almost any coffee. But right now, all I did was a simple blonde roast with, surprise, surprise, a Starbucks caramel macchiato creamer. It's crazy how similar it tastes to the macchiato that they sell at Starbucks. So you get the whole taste and experience, but without the bigger price tag. Now that we've got our hot cup of coffee, we've had a little bit of a productive day off today, and now we can finally cozy up and answer some questions. I haven't actually had a chance to read through most of these because I wanted it to be A, a surprise, but B, also just be able to answer them on the fly, because I think that that would be so much funner. And again, I hope you don't mind if my mic is picking up some of the noises of my dog chewing his little toy bone. But let's answer a few questions now, shall we? Thank you so much to everyone that took the time, out of your busy days to leave a comment and ask a question, and of course leave all your likes. I love you guys so much, and I wish that I had more chances that I can talk about it. I mean, I feel like I try to say it enough, but I hope that you guys really understand how important you are to me and how much you motivate and inspire me every day to continue making these videos. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I really feel that this channel is our channel because it wouldn't be here without all of your amazing support. And I do get to see most of your comments, and I try to get back to a lot of you as well. I can't express enough how much it really puts a smile on my face, especially on days that aren't going so great as we all have. And I'm sorry, I feel like I always get so sappy whenever I just do one of these sit downs and chat with you guys, because you're just so amazing. Okay, I never imagined 50 subscribers when I started my channel, let alone 50,000. Like, thinking about that number is so crazy, especially because I haven't been so consistent with my channel this year as well. But I'm hoping, channel goals in 2022. We're halfway to 100,000. Let's hit that incredible milestone and earn our first YouTube plaque for our channel. Maybe even do a crazy giveaway. I have so many ideas. I'm so excited. Well, let's not get carried away. Let's answer our first question. Tony says, congratulations. How did you discover the world of gaming? If it was at an early age, do you have any childhood memories dear to heart related to games or consoles? I love your channel and hope it brings you joy as well. Thank you so much, Tony. And my channel does bring me a lot of joy, but it's not just from the creating aspect of it. While I love it as a creative outlet, part of it that brings me the most joy and I guess validation is all your support and amazing comments like yours that you just left, because it's just the sweetest thing. I know that all of you guys are so busy, and just the simple gesture of taking the time to leave a comment means a lot to me. But how I discovered the world of gaming was through my dad. Okay, I had to toss my dog's bottle on the other side of the room because it's getting a little loud. Sorry about the audio today, you guys, but I did say that I want this to be a hangout vlog, and this is very realistic to hanging out with my dog. So, well, how I discovered the world of gaming was at an early age, and it's pretty much one of my most cherished childhood memories. I suppose I discovered it through my dad, and he is actually the OG Nintendo gamer in our household. He and my mom owned the original Nintendo family computer, or the Famicom. That's what they have back in the Philippines instead of the NES, but it's pretty much, I'm pretty sure, the same thing. It's just like a regional thing. Asia and Europe got the Famicom and Super Famicom, and then the West, like Americas, got the Nintendo Entertainment System and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So his favorite game was, and he still is, Contra. While those gaming days came before me, it was definitely my first exposure to games was at home. And I have two older sisters that eventually would play it around the house, watching him and my sisters to play on the Famicom. Eventually I wanted to try it as well, and I love that Nintendo has been, you know, in my family for that long as well, and probably part of the reason why, while I love gaming and I play on every single platform, and I like to think that I try almost every genre of video games as well, Nintendo will always be the one that has more of like a sentimental attachment, I suppose. It's always so much fun looking back at those memories, so thank you. Danielle says, hi Kat, congrats on this milestone. My question would be, what is your all-time favorite game across any platform? Thank you for the comment, Danielle. That is really hard. An all-time favorite game, and if I would just have to choose one. I love so many games for so many different reasons, but I guess in gaming, nostalgia always wins for me, like over all the big fancy like AAA graphics and mind-blowing story campaigns and things like that. So I'm gonna have to go with, this is probably not going to be a surprise if you've been around my channel a little bit longer. I will go with Golden Sun 1 and 2, and I know that they are 2 games technically, but they were just supposed to be one single game for the Game Boy Advance, but because the Game Boy Advance cartridges can't hold that much data, they had to split it in 2. While I do think that the game holds up until today as an RPG, I love the characters, the story, the music. Nostalgia as well plays a huge factor because this was my very first game on my very first console that was just mine. Like, the family computer was a family computer, a family console. But when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I got for my birthday silver Game Boy Advance SP, and I didn't know anything about it because, again, don't know anything about games outside of the ones that I've seen people play in my household. This was a game that the store clerk actually recommended to me, so I mean, I guess thank you for recommending this fabulous RPG to little 8-year-old me, because I just have so many good memories around getting my first Game Boy and playing that game. That's why it's my favorite video game of all time. So Geronimo asks, pretty similar to the first question, what was your first exposure to gaming? Did you grow up with Nintendo, Sega, etc. around you, or was it at a friend's house? Congrats on the soon-to-be 50K, because I posted this before we hit 50. Thank you, Geronimo. Like I mentioned earlier, the first exposure was through my family, but I do remember, I guess, in my later years being exposed to PlayStation as well through my sister. And besides that, internet cafes used to be popular in the Philippines. Well, it still is. I think a huge thing in Asia as well. One of the first ones that I got to play was Grand Theft Auto Vice City, so why people let me play that game at that age, I don't know, but I still thought it was so much fun, even though it was my first experience at an open world kind of game, and I got to drive around and explore this city. I thought it was the coolest thing. Around that time as well, for PC, my sister was really into Tomb Raider, so I remember trying those games out as well, and then I really enjoyed Counter-Strike as a kid. So kind of sounds funny, like the range of games that I was exposed to at an early age. It's like wholesome Nintendo games and violent, like Grand Theft Auto, Counter-Strike, and all of that. Liliana says, yay, congrats, just wanted to say you're my favorite gaming channel. Thank you so much, I love you. You have such a calming voice and amazing vibes, and I love it here. I am so glad. All I want to do for this channel and this community is to create a space where everyone feels like welcome and supported, and like you can play any game that you want, because I'm so glad to have you here, Liliana. So she asks, do you have any big project plans for Animal Crossing, or what tips and tricks can you give to beginners starting out? I want to get a Switch for Christmas and start playing. Well, that is very exciting. I hope you do get a Switch for Christmas. Any tips for a beginner player? I would say just play at your own pace. You're going to see a lot of incredible Animal Crossing builds and islands, but especially if it's your first time playing the game, just take your time. Don't feel pressured to create these like beautiful masterpieces of an island, because I have been an Animal Crossing player for pretty much since Wild World on the DS, but even I have, you know, a perpetual work in progress island, and that's just how I enjoy playing the game. I have 101 ideas and my mind changes all the time, so I enjoy the process of collecting the items and changing up the designs or changing up the builds around my villagers' houses. But most importantly, I take my time and play it at my own pace. If you start to feel pressured to like catch up to everyone who might have been already playing it for much longer than you, I know many people unfortunately feel stressed out or feel burnt out, but Animal Crossing is such a wholesome game, so just enjoy it, take your time, get to know all the villagers, and hopefully you end up loving it as much as any of us do. Thank you for the question. Sammy asks, other than gaming, what do you like to do to keep busy? Are you a performer, fan of travel, a foodie? That's such a great question. Thank you for asking. So what I like to do to keep busy, I am now pretty much fully working from home just this past year, but prior to that I do run a business, and the whole YouTube thing and the gaming thing is just a hobby for me that I didn't have much time for. Now, because I'm almost always at home due to the times, I do have much more time on my hands than I used to, and I've been really enjoying taking advantage of that to try and create more for this channel and experience more games that I haven't been able to play the last few years because I've been really busy. I guess currently to keep busy, yes, I am a foodie as well. I've been learning how to cook, new dishes that I haven't tried before. Prior to, everything going crazy in the world, I did really enjoy discovering different restaurants and trying out like local cuisine because of my work as well. I feel that it's a great opportunity to act like a tourist in my own city, so I got to explore and discover so many hidden gems, and I love trying different food. I love eating different cuisines. I do like traveling as well. I had many plans to travel before everything again went crazy. I'd love to, when everything opens up again, the first place that I'd love to go to is Tokyo, Japan, and also Seoul, Korea, and probably some sort of remote like beach island resort in the Philippines. So, I'd love to go to Vietnam as well. I should just say an Asian tour to see the sights and of course eat the incredible cuisine there as well. But staying at home, I've recently just got back into reading books. It was another thing again that I felt I didn't have much time to do when life was a little bit busier. I also really like spending time with my family. My sister lives like down the street from me, so we visit a lot and I like hanging out with her kids. I would love to learn more about content creation and just more of photography and videography into the new year. Yeah, hopefully that answered your question. Thank you for asking. Camille says, hi Kat, I love the way you make videos. It's so calm and relaxing. I wish your channel would continue growing. I love you. Thank you so much. That is the sweetest thing. My question is, how old were you when you became a gamer or a casual gamer? Saludos. Thank you, Camille. I appreciate you so much. I must have been about 3 or 4 years old if we're thinking about my very first video game, and I feel like I've been gaming since. We have a couple other similar questions, so thank you to everyone that did ask that. What is your ultimate childhood game or the game that would bring you a nostalgia blast? I know I mentioned Contra and Golden Sun, but honestly, all of the games that I owned on the Game Boy Advance. I didn't have a huge collection. I think off the top of my head, I also had Tales of Fantasia. I had a Yu-Gi-Oh game because the Yu-Gi-Oh anime was like crazy popular at the time, and I used to watch it a lot with my sister and played the card game as well. Fun fact. Oh, you know what? Let me change my answer real quick. It's the Pokemon series. I love Pokemon and I will play Pokemon till I'm old and gray. It's such a comfort series for me, and it definitely brings a lot of nostalgia. I also watched the very first anime that came out as a kid and grew up with it, and I've pretty much grown up with all the Pokemon games. My first one was Fire Red, since I was a little behind on owning a handheld console, but since then I feel like I've played at least one game from each generation, and I'm currently playing Pokemon Brilliant Pearl and really looking forward to Pokemon Arceus. in the new year. Author Polar says, I don't have a question. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. But honestly, you should have at least 500k at this point. You're one of, if not the most relaxing gaming channels I've ever seen on YouTube. I hope you'll continue to do this for a long time. Thank you so much. Ray says, congratulations. You could say it's been a cozy ride to 50k. That it has. Coffee cheers to that. What is the game console you grew up with, and do you have any guilty pleasure games for console that I wouldn't think you'd like? So console, if you count the handheld, again, it would be the Game Boy Advance SP, but my very first like home console that was my own was the Xbox 360. So it wasn't until, you know, years later. But a guilty pleasure game, I don't know necessarily if it's a guilty pleasure, but it's just games that I don't necessarily talk about the channel, because I did create this to be that creative outlet and just a place that I can chill and sit down and chat with all of you guys. That's why even some of my earlier videos became, you know, game and chill or something and chill, because I feel like I always like sit down with a cup of coffee and hang out with a friend when I'm making videos on this channel. So that is why that became the direction of the games that I want to play for the channel as well. But I again play other genres as well. I love cozy games to play in between the longer story modes, or maybe even some higher intensity, fast-paced, and sometimes stressful games, as I've mentioned before. So maybe it wouldn't come as a surprise, but I do like to play FPS games. So I play COD, and I play, well, Halo is pretty much the only FPS game that I'll be playing for a while, because it just came out recently, and I still need to practice a lot because I don't get to play it as much as I'd like to. And then other favorites would include, I know a lot of people were surprised about the Shin Megami Tensei gameplay that I did on the channel, but that is a genre that I'm really into. I love the Persona games on PlayStation. Persona 5 Royal I'm replaying for like the third or fourth time. I never get to finish it through the end, but it's still one of my absolute favorite games. I am hoping though that this playthrough will be the one where I reach the absolute end. I always get very close, but then I stop playing and then I would want to replay it again. So maybe that would be my guilty pleasure game, because it is a go-to. I've also been really wanting to replay Red Dead Redemption 2, one of my other all-time favorite games that is more recent, I suppose, and not like a nostalgia title. I love the Red Dead series, and well, Grand Theft Auto, I suppose. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I don't think people would immediately think that I would play that kind of game. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. Thank you so much for asking. Desiree says, hi Kat, congrats to almost 50k. I love your new profile pic. You're so pretty. You're so sweet. You're too kind, Desiree. Thank you so much. My questions are, what do you like to put in your coffee, and how do you like it, iced or hot? And are you excited for the 1 billion Diamond Shining Pro release? What starters are you going to choose? I hope you're having a lovely day and week so far. Thank you for asking. And again, I posted this community post right before hitting our 50k milestone. I am already playing Pokemon Shining Pearl. The starter that I went with is Chimchar, just because I'm fire starter biased. But I do want to play Brilliant Diamond eventually, and I'd love to get Turtwig because he's so cute. And what I put in my coffee, I love it all. Like I said, iced, hot, whatever, but my go-to would be iced coffee and anything caramel flavored. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Sean asks, do you have in mind any one game that you wish would be either completely remade or remastered for the current golden setting? I'd love to replay it again on the Switch. Brittany says, you're stunning, love the photo. Thank you so much, Brittany. You're the sweetest. My question would be, how do you stay motivated to post new videos? It's you guys. Like, comments like these, it means more than you guys might think. It means more than I think I could ever express. I started this channel for myself, of course, because I wanted a way to sit down, hang out again, and talk about video games. I don't have a lot of gamer friends, and I spent like most of my days working. I wanted something that was just for me, for my me time, and a way to talk about stuff that I'm passionate about. But after a while, it does get challenging to make videos, especially when you're busy. Luckily, again, kind of trying to find the positive out of the current world situation and looking at the glass half full and all of that. I'm trying to take advantage of the time that I'm at home and having much more spare time to be able to create more content for you guys. But to stay motivated, definitely reading your comments and seeing that it makes a lot of your days as well. Luna asks, do you still play with your older consoles or is it more for collection purpose? I do still play it, mostly again Game Boys, and the 3DS is probably my go-to. I love handheld gaming. Those are the ones that I still revisit the most. I would maybe fire up the Wii once in a while to play like Guitar Hero, but with like the Xbox and the PlayStation, you know, it is backwards compatible, so if I'm wanting to play an older game, I can just play it on my current gen console. Yeah, it's more so like the Nintendo handhelds. I do definitely still go back and play, even up until the very first Game Boy. I definitely love to revisit older games and play them on their original hardware rather than something that is like later remastered on a newer console, even though it's much more convenient for sure. But yeah, I love the whole retro gaming aspect of it. So thank you for the question. Kiyasumi, I hope I'm saying your name right. What is your most favorite farming sim game and why? By the way, I love your videos. Keep creating. I love you and I love your comment. Thank you so much. The first farming game that I played ever was also from a Game Boy Advance, Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, and they did a remake on the Nintendo Switch. So that would be my favorite farming game for nostalgic reasons again. But it's actually very, very challenging to play. The current favorite farming game would have to be, I think, Stardew Valley. Also like Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, but if I can just choose one, I love Stardew Valley. And the cool thing about it though as well is that the creator was originally inspired by Harvest Moon and Friends of Mineral Town and brought a lot of the things that I love about Friends of Mineral Town to Stardew Valley and just continued to build on it and create this whole other incredible game. And I love that he still continues to update it for free like through the years, and there's so much to do in that game. You know, there's a lot of content and it's never not fun. Yeah, thank you for the question. Lana, hello. She says, OMG, congratulations. Thank you. Was doing YouTube videos on gaming something you've always wanted to do? No. I have been watching YouTube, I think, since the dawning of YouTube, and I first got exposed to like the beauty guru channels like Michelle Phan, such an OG, and the rest that followed after that. I did still watch the earlier gaming channels as well, like PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. I feel like those three guys were the most apparent, but I originally wanted to do like a makeup or clothing kind of themed channel. A, I was young then, and B, I didn't really have means to, like, I didn't have a camera, I didn't know how to start a channel. So I feel like how it ended up happening with the gaming channel and my reasons behind it, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and we are here now. I absolutely love it as, again, that creative outlet and a way to share and talk about one of my absolute favorite hobbies ever, which is gaming. And now I do also have a second channel that I'm trying to upload more to and will definitely upload lots on for 2022, and that's where I'm eager to share a lot more about my other interests outside of gaming. So hopefully you guys can stay tuned on that as well and check it out. So thank you for the question. Nia asks, how do you find the time for gaming along with work? Again, just because I am working from home completely these days, I have a little bit more time, but I used to not have time at all. I would maybe play like once every couple of weeks. So it's just finding a balance, and I think not forcing myself to play if I feel that I don't have the time. Gaming is supposed to be fun, and for me it's a very personal time, like me time. It's a relaxing time, so I don't want to put pressure on myself to like have to game if I feel that I don't have time, of course. And you know, with adulting and all of that sometimes work has to come first and even other priorities. So a game maybe every few days or when I have to film a gameplay video for the channel. So how I find the time, I guess, is just carving out, your me time. For me, sometimes it might be gaming, maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's watching a show, maybe it's cooking a meal, spending time with family, hanging out with my dog, drawing a nice, fancy little bath, I always say that gaming is self care for me, so it depends on the day. I don't always get to do it. Thank you for the question.